edition of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele, 1L Cummins, no G, and myself, Curtis Pope. How are you doing, Michele? It's been a week since we've chatted, and I was away on vacation.
Wow, this was a full week for me. I mean, you were gallivanting in wine country, and I'm just nose to the grindstone, but, it's not too bad. I've been enjoying it, though.
Well, somebody has to work while I'm away.
Exactly. I'm picking up the slack.
Well, good. I'm glad that you're busy, because busy means you're making money.
Yes, that's right. I know. I like being busy, too. It's my makeup. It's how I was built. How was your time away? Did you bring me back some wine?
Well, maybe. if I don't drink it before I get it to you. No, it was great. We went to Soyuz and Oliver, and we spent some time there, and we hit the wineries, and did the social distancing thing at the wineries. They were taking good care of us, and making sure that we were following all the guidelines by Dr. Bonnie. We hit the lake, did a little fishing, did a little boating. It was a good, relaxing week for sure.
Did you see anybody stomping on grapes?
No, I didn't see anybody actually stomping on grapes. I'm sure maybe somebody does that in a Soyuz. I didn't see anybody doing that.
Oh, have you ever watched the movie? Oh, there's so many good wine movies, but have you ever watched A Walk in the Clouds?
I have not watched A Walk in the Clouds, but I remember the old I Love Lucy episode where she's stomping on grapes.
Yes, that was hilarious. Oh, my gosh. Oh, Walk in the Clouds is with Keanu Reeves. Am I saying his name right? Keanu?
Yeah, you know what? My wife has seen every Keanu Reeves movie there is, so I probably have seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh, Walk in the Clouds. That winery's in Sonoma, California, and, I would love to buy that winery one day and own it. But, any winery would suit me. That's one of my goals. Goals are important to have, right?
Absolutely, and a winery is a good goal.
Yeah, I'm going to be the next Dr. Bonnie.
There you go. It's good to have dreams.
It's a good movie. I got to check that out a couple years ago and go to the winery. And if you haven't seen the movie, tell your wife to watch it.
Oh, my wife has watched every one of those movies. I guarantee you, she loves Keanu Reeves. Always has.
Okay, ask her about it.
Where me, I'm more of a Bill and Ted kind of guy if I'm going to watch a Keanu movie, or John Wick.
Are they really going to come back? Yeah, John Wick. That's good. Are they going to come back with the Bill and Ted?
Yeah, the third one is actually, it's supposed to come out later this year. The trailer is out. You can see it online.
Oh, okay. Because you know what? That's going back in time.
It looks amazing.
That's awesome. There's something to do with there's some scene there. Anyways, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen the original. It'll be good.
It'll be awesome. Okay, so I'm back from vacation. You got to go on a vacation at some point here, but I understand that's going to work into our topic today.
Yes, it is the heart of summer right now. And so I wanted to share tips on purchasing vacation home properties. And I have a video on this, so you can go to my YouTube. Michele Cummins Prec, I think it is. That's not Prick, it's Prec. That's Personal Real Estate Corporation. Don't get me wrong for a prick. So it's a video online that you could actually watch. But I wanted to share some of those tips from the video, and it's kind of fun. It's a great time to vacation and a great time to test out the territory. What would it be like to own a property that you vacation to all the time? So, like my family, we were renting beach houses every year to bring my family, and we'd always be at a different beach house, it seemed, but always on the Oregon coast, and we absolutely loved it. We're like, why aren't we just buying one of these as our investment and vacation home property that we can make money on, but also enjoy it? Who knows? Maybe one day semi-retire there. So I wanted to bring that. Vacation home properties, they usually begin as a dream, right? You're like, I'm dreaming, and I was too when I was dreaming of the beach house. And, but dreams can come true. It doesn't have to end at the dream. Getting onto the vacation home property ladder is an exciting journey, and taking a buyer to amazing, new, gorgeous locations is so fun. And if that's your dream, I want to be your first mate, your captain on this maiden voyage on the ship of dreams to own a vacation property. So the good news is, with somebody like me helping you out, the course is charted, the destination is clear, and you're on your way to docking that ship. So let's get sailing, and let's talk about recreational properties and how you can have an escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. a place to relax and enjoy with family and good friends. And, whether it's a chalet in the mountains or a cottage on the lake or a villa on the ocean, like I have, Canadians can choose from some of the best recreational properties in the world, right in our backyard. You don't have to go down to the States or to Europe or Mexico. You can actually have it, within a few hours of where you live. So you have options. Lots of options. Well, sometimes options could be just as daunting a thing to face as no options. So this ship of dreams that we're talking about right now is sailing on open water. There's open water all around us. So what's the first turn of the rudder?
Well, first, I guess we need a boat to get us to this destination.
And whether it's a jet boat or a sailing boat. Ooh, there's another movie good with there. Anyways, I digress. Yes, you need a boat to get there, or just your dreams of a boat. So I've consolidated a few facts, which will help steer us in the right direction to help you out. And you're thinking, facts? Oh, how boring. I don't want to kill my dream with facts. Aren't the facts icebergs to just wreck my ship of dreams? Well, no. The facts don't have to kill the dream. The facts, at first, it's seemingly sobering education. It ultimately, though, will end up as the very tools which, used wisely, will turn your dream into a reality. It'll power your offense and totally reinforce your defense, while simultaneously narrowing down the best, most viable and affordable options. So I'm very excited to get us there. And you know what? Let's start off with a winning attitude. And yes, this is going to happen. So the first thing you do, why not vacation in the property? So I've got this no sweat property paradigm I go by. So there's 5 things to consider on my no sweat paradigm. Number 1, it's important to define your recreational needs. So what are you going to use the property for? Really define those needs. Well, the area you're looking in satisfy those needs. So number 2 is satisfy. And number 3, to really understand the area, it's important to go beyond what we do when we buy a house in the city. We need to vacation there. So that's the exciting part. I recommend staying at least a week. 3 days is okay, but at least a week to get the vibe. You get to find out what's happening around town or in the area and, what's happening on Thursday nights, what happens on the weekends, evenings and daytime. It really gives you a good idea of the area. So a week is great. 3 days is okay. But you want the vibe. And so, because you got to remember, this is going to be your home away from home. So number 3 is vacation. Number 4, you'll become your own utilities company in a vacation home. So it is important to educate yourself on things like the systems, like is it on a well? What's the water system like? Local bylaws and the covenants and the fees. There's so much that you might not know about the area you're buying in. So number 4 is educate. Number 5, timing. So finally, on what time of year to buy, because this will make a difference on your purchase. People get excited about recreational properties in the spring and summer, which we're in right now, and this is when prices skyrocket. So be patient. Make your purchase in the late summer or fall if you can, and you'll save money. So 5 is timing. Maybe you're vacationing there right now, but if you can wait and hold off, if you think you can, and you've got the patience to, make your purchase in the fall or winter, and you'll definitely save some money. So we have needs, satisfy, a vacation, and educate, and timing. See, that's my no sweat paradigm. SWEAT, right?
Oh, okay. I follow you.
So that's my ideas on some tips.
Okay, well, those are some good tips, I think, because, a recreation property, somewhere where you can go to vacation, is something I think that most of us would like or want, but it does seem like a daunting task.
It does. And if you just break it down and you just realize just vacation, just enjoy the time and get to know. But yes, there are steps that you don't want to miss because you hopefully want it to be a long-term vacation property, and you don't want to have to turn around and sell it too quickly, right? Because then that doesn't help your pocketbook too much, and you don't get to enjoy it as much. So you want to make sure the right decision that you'll enjoy year after year.
Absolutely, because that makes sense. And like you said, where we live, you can have any number of options from a cabin, in the woods that's maybe only an hour or two away to something on Vancouver Island to a lake property. I mean, there's endless options here.
Exactly. So what will you really enjoy the most? And test them all out. Take some time and be patient.
Absolutely. So I want some property in Hawaii. So can you get on that for me?
I have some good realtors in Hawaii, actually, that I met a couple years ago at a convention. And so we see each other every convention between social media, and we chat. It's great.
Okay, good. So when I'm ready to buy that vacation property in Hawaii, you're my person to go to.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, if people want
and then I'll vacation with you there.
Perfect. If people want more information on how to vacation and get a vacation home, what do they do?
MicheleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. And we are back with segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with Michele, 1L Cummins, no G, and myself, Curtis Pope, just how it sounds. So, Michele, I was going to ask you because suddenly I have a child who just finished grade 10, and he's trying to decide what career he wants to do. And all of a sudden, the other day, he goes, I'm wondering about a career in real estate.
Oh, he's smart.
Well, that's the question. Is he smart enough to do it? But that's a whole other topic because he's my kid.
You know what? I should interview him one day and see if he's got it takes a certain personality to be successful at it, to enjoy it, and to have longevity in it. Because it's not for the faint of heart, as I say all the time, whether you're buying, selling, or you're a realtor in the business, it's not. But man, is it rewarding if if he is social, if he loves people, if he loves information, if he loves learning, if he likes working, and servicing. It's huge about servicing. So if he's that character, I would love to interview him.
Okay, so now when somebody comes to you, because I know you mentor a lot of people, and they say, Michele, I think I want to be a real estate agent. What's the first thing you tell them after you've gone through all this, and question them? What's their first step to becoming a realtor?
Do you love your family and do you want to stay with them? No. No, it's true. The biggest thing is your family understanding the lifestyle of being married to a realtor. So if they are a realtor or going to go in it with you, that's a different story because they're in it with you. But it is the hardest on the family dynamic, especially the spouse. But your kids have to understand, because with real estate, you have to be willing to answer the phone every single time it rings. If you don't, it's timing. Time is of the essence, and that's not just when you're buying and selling and working with contracts. It's literally the real estate life. So, it's hard. Some realtors take, Sundays off or one day off, but it is really difficult. There's usually complaints, and people aren't very happy, even though, you think, everyone should have a day off once in a while. But as a realtor, you have to have a backup if you're going to do that, for sure, somebody you trust. But, yeah, as going to the question of, you want to be able to tell your family, explain to them, hey, this is what you got to have their support. If you have your family's support or spouse's support, you can go far. But it's them understanding that, when you're out to dinner, the phone text or phone rings, it's really, really difficult to be in this business and service 100% and be successful without, especially in the beginning. Definitely in the beginning, there's a lot you have to, and that's the case in every career. There's sacrifices and things you have to do. But yeah, you have to be willing to, what I like to say, do what it takes.
Well, it really is a bit of a rock star like existence in that you have to always be on, and you're always on the move. Always.
You can't imagine how often the phone rings and texts, and you got to get back to everyone. follow-up is huge. So self-discipline, I could go on and on. Oh my gosh. But self-discipline is huge. If he has self-discipline and could be a self-motivator, so those two things, you got to discipline yourself because nobody else will, and you have to be a self-motivator because nobody else will motivate you like yourself, unless you hire a coach, of course.
Well, we have thousands and thousands and thousands of real estate agents in the Fraser Valley, right?
Yes.
But now I guess what makes it different, too, is that some of these people, they do it like part-time. They maybe take a listing now and then, and they just kind of keep their license, where other people like yourself are in it full-time.
Yeah, and you know what? You can do that. You can do that. There are fees. So, like, if you're going to do it part-time, you probably wouldn't want to be with RE/MAX, honestly. You'd probably want to just be with a company that doesn't mind taking a little bit per month just to hang your license, you know. But then if you're really going to do that, why be in real estate, you know? Yeah, I mean, why not do something 100%? Because if you concentrate on one thing and you focus on it, you could be successful at anything you put your mind to. So why not put your mind to it if you're going to do it and do it good, right? Like, why not? You're just shooting yourself in the foot if you don't. But yeah, it's one of those things, though, that you can have another job, and so that really helps, especially in the beginning. But honestly, my first year, I tried to do another job. I was working at Thrifty Truck and Car Rental, and it was difficult. I lost a really big transaction once because I had to take a double shift because nobody else would come in, and I was trying to stretch myself too thin, and you know, it just doesn't work. You got to always be available when your buyer needs to view a place. You've got to be available for their time frame. So, like, lots of evenings, lots of weekends. You got to be willing to do what it takes.
Now, what about training? What do you got to do to train to be a real estate agent?
Oh, gosh. Well, I always say you should shadow somebody because, honestly, the real estate test that you take is no practicality in it. I mean, there's some legalities and there's some calculating, but really there's nothing practical that you actually sort of bring into your everyday real estate life, your business. You're building a business. So you're not just a realtor with a license, and you got this job. No, you're a business owner now. You're a realtor. You're an independent contractor, and that means business. But, so you need over and above just that. So you get your license. Now, please shadow. If you shadow another realtor for a year, a good year, just like you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, or, you know, you're going to shadow somebody else. You're going to have that time where you're training with somebody. So that's really important. And pick a brokerage that has a lot of training and a lot that they offer you too, because every broker isn't made the same. So I know RE/MAX has a lot of good training, really, really good. So other brokers have some really good training too, but definitely pick the right brokerage and shadow somebody. Find a mentor or a coach or somebody. You will save years and years of your time, and you will make so much money so much faster. Even though you may be spending more money in the beginning, a lot of times they'll delay payments, you know, so much percentage of your commission upon a transaction happening. So it's also a motivator as well for you to do more because, you know, you don't have to shell it out in the beginning. So there's all sorts of ways you can shadow or learn. And, it's so helpful.
Yeah, and I know like I said, there's so many realtors just in the Fraser Valley and across this country, and people doing it in different degrees. I mean, it must not be an easy job to start, but once you get into it and get a handle on it, it must be, you know, once you get that kind of, I guess you almost have to get into a routine, and once you get that routine, I guess it's almost like you're there.
Yes, it's very rewarding. So there's systems. So you got to put your 10,000 hours in before, you know, things are automatic and you've got your systems down. Systems are so important because they also will help you do more, because with technology and everything else that there is and all the follow-up that you really have to do with everyone, you need that. And it's soon after you've done a certain amount of transactions, I tell realtors, get in the systems. I don't care if it's, you know, you need somebody to do some of the more mundane things, right? Like you should be on the phone with your clients. You should be doing showings. You should be doing the searches. You should be writing offers for your listings. You should be doing all the stuff that you as a realtor need to do, evaluating properties, and let somebody else do a lot of, hire a marketer if you need to. And all that stuff comes in time. But yeah, it's so rewarding once you really put, take that time and sacrifice the time it takes to learn it and to grow your business, to build your brand, and to be able to service your clients to the best of your ability. Because with all of the thousands of realtors that there are, think of just the few of the realtors that are in the 1% category. I mean, the MLS medallion, let's say, is the top 10% of realtors. So anybody who's in the medallion as realtor, that means they're in the top 10% of their field, which is really, really good. So you want gold, and you want something to move towards, and why not stand out and be better than the rest, and just take it in the beginning and run with it and have fun with it, because it's a fun business. You're always with somebody new. You're always helping somebody new. There's always a new challenge. Like if you like sports, you will love real estate, because it's competitive. And you're negotiating, and it's always a new team, if you want to call it. Always a new product that you're working with. So it's fun.
Excellent. Well, I had these questions for you, and now we went off topic here. Now, what else do we have to talk about today?
Oh, golly. Well, you know what? I do want to do some shout-outs for birthdays. Oh, my gosh, I've got so many great clients for birthdays coming up and friends. So Melody Butler is celebrating a birthday this week. James Minchow is celebrating a birthday. Happy birthday, James. John Bird, Sherry Johnson, Brian Collins, Ian Callaghan, Vic, Jennifer Sons. Oh, this is my birthday month, too, so it is full of birthdays this month. And happy possession week to Albert and Rita. Oh, I'm so excited for them. They bought a beautiful brand new home. Very exciting. Possession week is this week. And I wanted to do it's kind of like a quote, or I took it out of a book. Okay, are you ready for this?
I am ready.
Your purpose is just like mine. It's big and it's important. And there's no one else anywhere on the planet who can fulfill it. So quit jacking around and go get after it. And that's from Chip Gaines.
Oh, see, now I thought it was going to be Dr. Seuss.
Oh. Did it sound like Dr. Seuss? I should have said it like Dr. Seuss.
It sounds a little like Dr. Seuss until it gets, and then it turns into Chip, Yeah, so...
The whole last line is...
That's right.
Great.
Then it turns into Chip. That's awesome. Yeah. I love it. All right. Well, I guess we're done today.
Well, thank you so much for doing the show again today. It's been a lot of fun, Chris, and thank you everyone for listening, and take care and have a great, great summer. We'll see you next week, of course.
I'm just happy I made it back from vacation to do the show on time.
Yes, thank you.
And join us again next week when we will talk more real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.